Welcome to another edition of Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is Angela Portadale, and we have a short letter from one of our younger divas. She has a question about a recent event, and we're going to try and help her out. So the caption is, "My boyfriend went down and quickly came back up." Once again, the caption is, and I gave it the caption, okay? "My boyfriend went down and quickly came back up." I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. My boyfriend has been excited about going down on me for quite some time. He had never done that to a woman before, and he was majorly excited about it. I'm pretty insecure about doing that, but eventually I was like, all right, fine, go ahead. So he got down there and said that it looked pretty. But then he took 2 licks and came right back up. He said nothing else and then just used his to get the job done. So obviously I don't taste so great. He didn't even have to say anything to get that point across. I've seen stuff all over online about how eating pineapples or something will help you taste sweeter. I don't know if it's true or just some social media scam. But anyway, I need some tips because he was really excited about it, and I feel like I disappointed him. Okay, all right. This is somewhat of a delicate issue. I don't want to make light of it. If you're just now tuning in, we got one of our young sisters that just had a intimate encounter with her boyfriend that left the both of them disappointed. The boyfriend has been excited about the oral part of intimacy, introducing oral into their intimate time. And she was, I guess, holding him off for a while because of her own insecurities. And finally, she says she gave in to him, because he wanted to. He had never done that before, she says in the letter. And she was insecure. I think those are 2 points that we need to keep in mind. He'd never done it before to a woman, and she was insecure about some things. She didn't really get into what her specific insecurities were. She just let us know she was insecure. So then they're having their sexy time, okay? And he takes a deep dive, okay, into the unknown. According to our good sister, he took 2 licks of the lollipop and stopped and came right back up, okay, during their sexy time. Our good sister says that he used his to finish. He didn't say anything. They never discussed it, but she knows that something went horribly wrong. She's figuring that she does not taste as great as maybe she imagined that she would, or that he was expecting her to. Our good little sister ends the letter with saying that she had saw some stuff online about eating pineapples to make her taste sweeter. She didn't know if that was a scam or what the deal was, but she wanted some tips because she feels that she disappointed her boyfriend with this whole experience, and he was so excited about, venturing there with her in their sexy time. So now that you're all caught up, I'm going to say this. I am not a gynecologist. I can just tell you that I think you went about it wrong. You did your research online after the fact versus beforehand. You said that your boyfriend had been discussing this with you for quite some time. I would have thought that since you were insecure, that you would have taken the opportunity to do some research about what you needed to do for yourself that would make the experience enjoyable for the both of you. Doing your research after the fact, I don't think, it doesn't help you right now. I would have wanted you to do some research about basic hygiene in this matter. I'm not trying to shame you, but when you said you were so funny, you said I'm insecure, but eventually I was like, all right, fine, just go ahead. Oh God, I was horrified for you. Sweetheart, no, you needed to have freshened up. You should have excused yourself before you gave him the green light. Excused yourself to go freshen up. Go wash yourself off, freshen up, do some cleaning up down there and making sure, doing a test, I guess, yourself to make sure that you knew what he was going to be not only looking at, but okay, you didn't do any of that. You didn't do your homework. You didn't take care of yourself beforehand. And I'm quite sure it was not as it should have been for him, for his first time, and for your first time. It sounded like it is and was a disaster. I feel that I'm not the person to have these type of intimate conversations with you, but I did want to discuss basic hygiene 101 for, these type of instances. You always excuse yourself, and either you shower, you freshen up, you make sure that everything not only is pretty, is intact, but the aroma is up to par. You didn't do any of that. You just let him dive down there. I don't know, hypothetically, what if you've been working out earlier that day? What if you've been sweating? What if moisture had, it's just so much, that I could say that could have contributed to his him being turned off after just 2 attempts. You know what I'm saying? 2 attempts, and he was right back up. And you say that he completed the task and it wasn't even sexy time activity. That tells me that something was so off with what he experienced and what was going on down there, that he didn't even want to become one with you. When you're doing grown-up things, you have to do grown-up things full scale, 360. You can't participate in the activities without taking on the responsibility of knowing what to do beforehand and afterwards. You went into this experience with lack of knowledge. You didn't know what you were doing. He didn't know what he was doing. He had an expectation, and it just fell flat. So moving forward, I would encourage you, since you are doing grown-up things, and you're having sexy time, try to have I know it's going to be embarrassing and a little bit hurtful depending on how he approaches it, or how he responds to you wanting to have the conversation and the question that you may have. Maybe a little embarrassing, but you are going to have to, be a big girl about it and be ready for his response, because you failed to do what, you needed to do as a young woman to prepare yourself for the experience of that particular part of sexy time. You didn't do your homework, you didn't do what needed to be done, and it turned out to be a disaster. But definitely try and have a conversation with him about how you know that he was disappointed. You know that there were certain things that should have been done beforehand to make sure the experience was pleasurable for the both of you, especially him, since he was going to be putting in the work. And you would like another attempt at it because now you know exactly what to do. It's more than about